In 1 week, Chiaka's neck began swelling nonstop. A strange, foul smell followed her everywhere. Doctors ran several tests, but none could detect what was wrong with her. Before this tragedy, Chiaka's life had been full of dreams. In a quiet little village lived a girl named Ch. She was beautiful, humble, and full of ambition. Her parents, poor farmers, had worked day and night, sacrificing everything just to see her complete her education. After graduation, Chamaka received her posting letter. She was going to Lagos for her NYSC. The moment she read it, her heart raced. Lagos, the city of bright lights, endless opportunities, and stories of wealth. For years, she had dreamt of it. At night, she would hug her pillow tightly, whispering to herself, "I will get a high-paying job, live my dream life, and take care of my parents." Her parents were equally proud and excited. Though poor, they gave her blessings and even managed to put together a small sum of money from selling firewood. 2 days before her trip, Chamaka packed her clothes neatly into her small bag. Friends congratulated her, though a few couldn't hide their envy. Finally, the morning came. She hadn't slept all night from excitement. Dressed in her NYSC khaki, she boarded a bus to Lagos. The journey lasted nearly 5 hours. She gazed out of the window, her heart swelling with hope as strangers bustled about their daily lives. By evening, she finally arrived in Lagos, but the city didn't welcome her. With bright lights, it was already dark, noisy, and overwhelming. She had nowhere to stay. Tired, hungry, and confused, she decided to check into a cheap hotel for the night before heading to camp the next day. But as she walked, a white G-Wagon suddenly pulled up beside her. A classy, elegant woman rolled down the window. "Hello, pretty lady," she said smoothly. "Where are you going at this time of the night?" Chamaka froze. She had heard countless stories of kidnappers and ritualists in Lagos. Her body stiffened, and she instinctively stepped back. "My name is Chamaka. I just arrived Lagos from my NYSC," she replied nervously. The woman smiled calmly and handed her a card. "My name is Chidima. I can help you. Call me tomorrow." Before Chamaka could say a word, the G-Wagon glided away into the night. Confused but curious, Chamaka looked down at the card. Chidima's hub was boldly printed, along with an office address and phone number. That night, in her small hotel room, Chamaka lay on the bed, her stomach empty. Her account balance was too low to afford dinner. She clutched her phone, staring at the card again. The next morning, she dialed the number. "Hello, good morning, Ma. This is Chamaka, the girl you met outside Relaxation Hotel last night." "Oh, Chamaka, I've been expecting your call," the woman's sharp voice replied. "Come to my office by 2 p.m. today. Let's talk." Chamaka's heart leaped. Maybe this was the beginning of her Lagos dream. By 1:30 p.m., Chamaka was already on her way to Chidima's hub. Her heart beat fast with nervous excitement. The office was located in a tall, glass building, something Chamaka had only seen in movies. The reception was furnished with leather chairs, scented candles, and large portraits of powerful-looking women. When Chamaka walked in, the receptionist smiled politely. "You must be Chamaka. Madam is expecting you." She was led into a lavishly decorated office, where Chidima sat, dressed in a designer gown, her nails painted a sharp red, her perfume filling the room. "Welcome, my dear," Chidima said, with a wide smile. "Sit down." Chamaka sat carefully, trying not to look out of place. Chidima leaned forward, studying her closely. "So, you just arrived in Lagos. Do you have a place to stay?" Chamaka hesitated. "No, Ma. I planned to go to camp, but..." She trailed off. Chidima chuckled softly. "Don't worry about that. You're too beautiful to suffer in this city. Girls like you should not struggle, you should shine." Her words sent shivers down Chamaka's spine. Chidima continued, "I take in young ladies, I polish them, mentor them, and connect them with opportunities. You can live big in Lagos if you trust me." Chamaka's eyes widened. She had dreamed of this luxury, success, a chance to lift her parents out of poverty. Still, she asked carefully, "What kind of opportunities?" "Ma." Chidima smiled knowingly. "The kind you don't find in books. The kind that changes your life overnight. All you need to do is follow instructions, keep your mouth shut, and stay loyal to me." Her phone buzzed, and she answered sharply. "Yes, send the package to the Ikoyi house immediately." She ended the call and turned back to Chamaka. "Think about it, my dear. If you agree, you'll never lack anything again." That evening, Chamaka returned to her small hotel room. Her mind raced with thoughts. She remembered her parents' sacrifices, their hopes for her future. But she also remembered the hunger in her belly, the emptiness of her bank account, and the way Lagos had already shown her its harsh face. Took out the card again. Chidima's hub. Was this a blessing or a trap? The next day, she went back. This time, she didn't hesitate. "Ma," she said softly, "I'm ready." Chidima's lips curved into a dangerous smile. "Good girl, welcome to your new life." From that day, Chimaka's life changed completely. Chidima moved her out of the small hotel and placed her in a luxury apartment in Lekki Phase 1. The building had marble floors, security guards at the gate, and a view of the ocean. For the first time in her life, Chamaka slept on a soft bed with air conditioning humming gently above her. She woke up to a wardrobe filled with designer dresses, expensive wigs, and shoes she had only seen on celebrities. At first, she felt like she was dreaming. "Everything you need is here," Chidima told her. "You don't have to worry about a thing. In return, you will follow my rules. No questions, no mistakes. Do you understand?" Chamaka nodded quickly. "Yes, ma." Soon, Chamaka began living the kind of life she had only imagined. Expensive dinners at five-star restaurants, parties in Victoria Island with powerful men and glamorous women, shopping sprees in boutiques where price tags didn't matter. She posted pictures on Instagram, her followers growing by the day. People from her village flooded her DMs, shocked at how fast she had made it in Lagos. But behind the glamour, there were secrets. Late at night, Chamaka noticed girls whispering in corners, returning from mysterious meetings with tired eyes and fat envelopes. She overheard phone calls about deliveries and clients. Once, she found a blood-stained scarf in the trash. Her heart raced, but when she asked, Chidima's cold eyes silenced her. "Curiosity is dangerous, my dear. Focus on your own life." Chamaka nodded, but unease began to grow inside her. One evening, Chidima invited her to a private gathering in Ikoyi. The mansion was filled with wealthy men, politicians, and business tycoons. The air smelled of expensive wine and forbidden secrets. Chamaka was introduced to everyone like a prized jewel. Compliments rained on her beauty, and men eyed her with hunger. By the end of the night, one of the guests slipped a gold wristwatch onto her hand. Another tucked a bundle of dollars into her purse. On the ride home, Chamaka clutched the money, her chest rising and falling. This was more than she had ever held in her life, but as she looked out of the tinted window, she whispered to herself, "Is this really the life I dreamed of?" Weeks passed, and Chamaka's new life looked perfect on the outside, but inside, she was restless. She had everything she once dreamed of: money, luxury, attention. Yet, at night, she often lay awake, staring at the ceiling, her heart heavy with unease. One morning, while dressing for an outing, she heard muffled cries from one of the locked rooms in the mansion. Fear gripped her, but before she could step closer, Chidima appeared behind her. "Some doors are not meant to be opened," Chidima said coldly, her eyes sharp. Chamaka froze. She nodded quickly, forcing a smile, but the sound of those cries echoed in her mind long after. As days turned into months, Chamaka was drawn deeper into Chidima's world. She was taken to secret gatherings in hidden houses, where wealthy men made demands that left her shaken. She witnessed strange rituals, bowls of blood, candles arranged in circles, and whispered chants that made her skin crawl. One night, she saw Chidima kneel before a tall man in white robes, handing him a black box. When Chamaka asked about it, later, Chidima's response was chilling. "Everything has a price, my dear, and in Lagos, nothing comes free." Soon, Chamaka's body began to change. At first, it was small things, pounding headaches, a heaviness in her chest. Then came the swelling in her neck, growing larger with each passing day. She visited hospitals, but every doctor shook their head. "We can't find anything wrong," they said. Chamaka's glamorous friends slowly distanced themselves. The same people who once admired her beauty now covered their noses when she entered. The foul smell clung to her skin, to her clothes, to her very breath. Her Instagram comments turned cruel. "What happened to you? Money can't buy life. Your beauty is gone." For the first time since she met Chidima, Chamaka felt truly alone. One night, trembling and in pain, she confronted Chidima. "Please, help me. Something is wrong with me. I can't bear this anymore." Chidima looked at her with pity. That quickly hardened into indifference. "You wanted Lagos life, didn't you? You wanted to shine. Well, every light comes with its own shadow." Her words crushed Chamaka's spirit. Tears streamed down her face as she realized the truth. This life was not a blessing. It was a curse. And now, it was destroying her. In 1 week, Siaka's neck kept swelling nonstop. The smell was so foul that even doctors were confused. They ran every possible test, but nothing appeared on the scan. They only prescribed her infection drugs, yet nothing worked. Instead, the swelling grew worse, and the odor became unbearable. Her once luxurious life began to crumble. The rich men who once chased her phone, day and night, stopped calling. Her sugar daddy, Mr. Oses, who had lavished her with gifts, stopped visiting entirely. Even when he came once, he couldn't bear to stay close. The stench from her neck was choking. Chiaka's heavy bank account started draining fast. Millions of naira she once flaunted were now going into hospitals, fake herbalists, and miracle pastors. Yet her condition only worsened. One morning, Chidima barged into her Victoria Island apartment. She stood at the door, her arms folded, her face cold. Chiaka, enough is enough. You no longer bring money, and I can't waste my resources on you anymore. Pack your things and leave my house. I'll find another beautiful girl to replace you. Chiaka fell on her knees, begging, please ma, don't send me out like this. Give me time. I will recover. But Chidima was merciless. The very woman who promised to be her angel turned her back on her. The next morning, Chiaka's belongings were thrown outside. The security guards locked the gate. That night, she slept on the streets for the first time since coming to Lagos. She begged passersby for food, covering her swollen neck with a scarf, but the foul smell betrayed her. Children mocked her, strangers avoided her. She was broken. After weeks of suffering, Chiaka made a dark decision. One afternoon, she walked up to the third mainland bridge. Tears blurred her eyes as she leaned forward, ready to jump into the lagoon. But suddenly, a firm voice pierced the air. Stop, don't do it. Startled, she turned. The pastor stood there, holding a large Bible. His eyes were filled with compassion. My daughter, he said softly, you have caused pain in many homes. One of them sought revenge. That is why this affliction came upon you. But ending your life is not the solution. Jesus Christ still loves you. If you repent, he will forgive you and heal you. Chiaka trembled, her knees buckled. She fell to the ground, sobbing uncontrollably. The pastor walked over, lifted her gently, and took her to his church. That night, she confessed her sins, weeping bitterly before the altar. Lord Jesus, forgive me. I wanted riches and lost my soul. Please, have mercy on me. The pastor prayed fervently, then instructed her, throw away the necklace you received. It is cursed. Burn it, and you will be free. Weak but determined, Chiaka removed the diamond necklace Mr. Osas once gave her. With shaking hands, she smashed it on the ground and tossed it into the fire. Immediately, something broke in the spiritual realm. Within days, her neck began to shrink. The foul smell disappeared. The swelling dried up. She was healed. That the church members contributed money to rent a small room for her and helped her start afresh. Chiaka picked up her dusty NYSC certificate and began searching for a genuine job. This time, she chose a humble path. She no longer dreamt of shortcuts. She became a devoted Christian, spending her time testifying about how God delivered her. As for Dorcas, Mr. Rose's wife, she realized that punishing other girls was never the solution. No matter how many side chicks she afflicted, her husband still kept running after new ones. She wept bitterly, asking God for forgiveness for all the innocent girls she had cursed. In the end, Chiaka's story became a warning, a mirror to every young girl dreaming of quick riches without hard work.